business leaders around the state feel so strongly about this issue that they have already begun thinking about how they can make a commitment to make a difference. So we're going to hear from a few of them right now. Across the space from me is Andy McCullough, and Andy is the Northwest Regional President for Kaiser Permanente. So please join me in welcoming Andy.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Great.
Thank you. I'm honored to chair the Oregon Business Council Education Task Force, and I participate, as all of you do, in the Oregon Business Plan. As Governor Kitzhaber and the Oregon Investment Board have set 3 ambitious and important education goals for our state. I can think of nothing more important for the economic, social, and cultural well-being of our state than the attainment of these goals. Now, you know that our educators are up to the task, are we? The whole community, especially the business community, needs to help. We need to get behind this policy agenda, and we need to bring our own resources to the task.
I'm introducing Mark Hans.
Now, as a healthcare provider, we're keenly aware of how important this is. We need skilled medical professionals to provide the health care that you need and deserve. Unless we better match education and training with industry opportunities, we're going to fall short. Now, I've invited my colleagues in business to take the lead to mobilize our business community around these 3 goals. You'll hear from them shortly. This afternoon, please join us in the breakout sessions where you can find out more about these agendas and how you can help as well. Now, Kaiser Permanente is actively involved in education, providing scholarships, internships, as well as supporting physical activity of our students in their grade schools. And you'll hear more about this in a few minutes. And we're also working with others in the healthcare field to align our services with educators to provide better support and health care, not only to the children, but to their families. I know we can do more, and I commit to work with our governor, as well as our chief education officer, Dr. Nancy Golden, to mobilize the business community resources to this very important task. I also commit on behalf of the business plan to track our progress. Working with the Oregon Education Investment Board, we'll agree on the measurement measures, and you'll hear about those in each succeeding year here at the summit. So let's get behind our educators, and let's meet our goals. Now I'd like to turn it over to my colleague, Dr. Alana Yalo.
Thank you, Andy. Today in Oregon, too many children enter kindergarten unprepared to learn. Too few third graders read at grade level, and children in all regions of our state are falling behind and through the cracks. This needs to change. Oregon's children, like all children, deserve the support and the tools necessary to succeed in school and in later life. Literacy is a critical foundational skill that directly and profoundly impacts a child's success. Oregon's businesses and our economic prosperity depend on an educated workforce and educated consumers to remain nationally and globally relevant. Every day in Oregon, Knowledge Universe cares for and educates 2,500 young children in our KinderCare, CCLC, and Champions programs. More than 20% of these children come from low-income families. Every day we talk, we sing, and we read with children, even with our infants. And we share in the magical moments when a young child recognizes a letter or begins to read for the first time. When Knowledge Universe was asked to represent early childhood educators at the White House Summit on closing the word gap, or to testify on Capitol Hill on the importance of funding for early childhood education, we responded, just as we have partnered with communities throughout Oregon and the country to bring hundreds of thousands of books to children in need. And we have eagerly joined with other Oregon businesses to help give all of Oregon's children a real chance in life. Today, we make a promise to the children of Oregon to elevate grade-level reading and kindergarten readiness in our state. Knowledge Universe commits to work with private employers, nonprofit agencies, government agencies, and others to solve the problems and challenges facing Oregon families to positively and significantly increase grade-level reading results. We commit to ensuring that all of our early childhood education centers in Oregon achieve national accreditation so that every family whose child attends one of our programs can be assured that their child is attending a program that meets the highest standards of excellence in the field. And we commit to providing parent resources, books, and other support to community agencies and schools as part of their efforts to ensure that every child in Oregon is reading at grade level by 3rd grade. We make these commitments today because we believe in the power of education and in the potential of Oregon's children. We make these commitments today having helped develop critical literacy skills in millions of children across the country. As a leading Oregon employer, we know that the success of our state and our country is the result of an educated citizenry and workforce. Today marks an incredibly important milestone in the investment in Oregon's children and in all of our futures. Our success will rely on partnerships, and partnerships require partners. If you would like to learn more about how you can be a partner in the success of Oregon's children, please join our education breakout this afternoon. And now, please turn your attention to the other side of the room so we can hear again from Andy.
Increasing high school and college completion rates of young adults has never been more important. We also know that 1/3, 33% of those that do graduate from high school are in poverty. At the same time, we know that the payoff for advanced degrees has never been higher. So on behalf of the Oregon Business Plan, I pledge the support of a broad business coalition to partner with policymakers and educators to ensure that all students complete high school and college and earn degrees and credentials that will provide prosperity and close the achievement gap. And in particular for our company, in 2015, we are committing to 152 scholarships to deserving Oregon high school students from across the state to further their education in a higher education institution of their choice. In addition, we're committing to 60 paid internships this summer for students from the state of Oregon, Washington, and from throughout the country who want to come and learn how to become healthcare professionals. We believe that these kinds of commitments will help those students, particularly those that are in most need of this kind of support, to basically start to climb the rings of prosperity so that they can enjoy the benefits of what this great state has to offer us. So please join us for a breakout this afternoon to learn more about the state's robust agenda for the completion and discussion about how we can work together to make sure that all Oregonians can ensure success. So let me turn our attention back over to the other stage to Jill Island from the Intel Corporation and John Molis.
Morning, Jill.
Good morning, John, and thank you for your valuable partnership. I think we're a great example of we're in it together.
It's all about teamwork. The building trades have always been strong supporters of career and technical education classes in middle schools and in high schools. And we're very pleased that CTE is in the mainstream of the education discussion and in the governor's budget.
You mean like those shop classes when we were in high school?
That's right. Now you're dating us, though. But we're also very pleased to be part of the CTE STEM Coalition. It can't be one or the other. It has to be both. A student can take CTE or STEM classes in high school, and upon graduation, enroll in a community college or start an apprenticeship or attend a four-year university. And upon completion of their higher education, they can become an engineer or a building tradesman or woman or a machinist. And all of those are positive outcomes. They're all wins. They're a win for the student, they're a win for employers, and they're a win for our communities and for our state.
So we represent the private sector champions for continued investments in science, technology, engineering, and math. Many of you know I hate acronyms, but that is STEM. And we've added recently career technical education, which you've heard a lot about this morning. So the focus and the intensity of our collective efforts, we believe, can be transformative for the improvement in student outcomes in the fields and the industries that are growing here in Oregon. In 2012, the Oregon STEM Employer Coalition came together. My co-chair, Eric Neslow, is here this morning. And this year, we've expanded that coalition to include career technical education as well. So if you come to our breakout session this afternoon, we will show you how science, technology, engineering, and math skills will help the Oregon Ducks win the national championship. Thank you.
I love that. So if you